appreciation for the Dunlop family and for everybody else that would have supported them over the years. Many great memories we had round Dundrod here with Joey, and we brought this man here along here the night who has raced with him, and he's beat Joey, and he's had some great times as well. So we're going to ask James Courtney. As Davy Woods would say, I think young James will run with him at the front alright, you know. So we'll have a wee word with James here. Guys, big round of applause for everybody who's turned up. So guys, we collected in money tonight, and any money that we collected in is going to go to the air ambulance. I know that the air ambulance at the minute is really struggling. Obviously it takes a powerful lot of money to keep it going, so whatever we can do to bring in money, guys, it goes a long way, so deeply appreciate it tonight. I'm going to ask James some questions here, and if anybody else wants to ask some questions, they're more than welcome. So James, on the racing side of things, what got you into racing motorbikes?
Well, I used to live over at Lone Ends actually, just off the 7 Mile Straight. And then obviously that was old planning circuit, and then moved to Dundrod in 1980, and my father raced before me, and then obviously when I went to school, Alan Patterson, Keith Stewart, different ones that raced locally, and that's sort of where I started.
That's where it all started.
And I obviously live on the Dundrod Road, still live on the Dundrod Road now.
So your first ever road race, what was your first ever road race?
That I raced in?
Yeah.
Well, the first memory of a road race was, I remember going down watching Ray McCulloch and, would you believe, Joey Dunlop, going round Borderlands, just down the road from me.
Right.
Way back, obviously, in the 80s, early 80s.
The early days.
And my first road race was the Temple.
Right.
In
1952, James.
89.
He dyes his hair, by the way, guys. That's not real.
89 was my first road race.
Yeah, 89. Yeah.
On that particular day, I was starting off in the C group.
Right.
I was in the 125 to 250, and I'd done about 3 laps, and the seat, the tyre rubbed the hole through the seat.
Right.
About 3-4 laps in, Johnny Ray behind me on one side of me, and Brian Reid came round the other side of me over a jump. And that was my first ever lap. That was my first ever road race.
Yeah.
So that's my memory of that.
I've had it. Talking about the Temple 100, we actually have a guy in our club, Ronnie McAllister, and he won the support championship one year, and it was the race he had won at the Temple. I'd give him the championship that year too as well. We have a few other road racers here. We have got a Mr. McComb. Where's Mr. McComb? Where's a Mr. McComb? And we also have a Mark Moffat. Mark.
Stephen Beatty.
And we have a Stephen Beatty. And we have a Stevie Clark. Where'd Stevie Clark go?
Home. Home.
Did he take off?
He did. Took off.
Did he go, Stephen?
He did.
Did he? Yes. So, when are you coming back out of retirement?
I'm too old now.
What happened with this BMW?
Sitting over there.
Right, and it's going to stay over there, it's not going out in the circuit? No. Okay guys, moving further on then. So James, as you progress through your racing, obviously you started off in the smaller bikes. On the 125, you were going really well in the 125, and then you moved up into the 250s. Yeah. There is a nice story, guys, that, and this is true, Bill now. Joey Dunlop was racing at the TT, and his bike had blew up, and he phoned up James and asked him could he borrow an engine, and he sent an engine over, and he won that race with James's engine, guys. So that was absolutely remarkable. You know, the amazing thing is,
1993.
93, yeah. You know, the most amazing thing was, guys, that all these fellas all raced together, but at the same time, you know, it was competitive, but hey, if you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours, they all work together, you know, every one of them, and they're lending parts and lending bits and pieces, you know. Where in other sort of sports that there is, that wouldn't happen, but in the bike racing, it's just a close-knit big family, guys. And as you can see even here tonight, you know, all the guys that's here tonight, there's people that I don't know and people that you don't know, but hey, it's as if we've always been together. That's just the way the biker scene is.
Who are you?
Well, you'll find out later on, you know. So I got a bit of stick from all these guys, you know, but that's the way of it.
For me too, there, whenever I raced for a crash in '99, that was more or less the end of it. But for me, it was like the end of the golden era.
Yeah.
I felt.
Yeah.
I was able to get racing the likes of Dan Reid, different guys like that. Yes. Obviously, things have changed.
Yeah.
Like everything does,
Yeah.
and moved on. But for me, it was like the end of the golden era. I was lucky just to get into the end of it, just
at that sort of
time. I felt.
Yeah. James, can you remember your first day that you actually went out on a race with Joey Dunlop?
Can't now, obviously, there was so many times.
Yeah.
They were on the track together.
Yeah.
I remember different races, obviously, but maybe not the first race. No.
Well, tell me this, how did it feel the first time you ever made it?
Oh, it felt good, no?
Yeah, bound to, you know, because you're running with the best. As I say, James racing the 125s and the 250, the 600, and then he racing the 750. I remember one year that you broke down on the Tilson, the YZF 750, coming in the Irelands in practice, and I was actually one of the guys that helped to push your bike up off the road.
Right.
So that was a long time ago. You know, so all these great memories, guys, which is all still here.
1995. Huh?
Yeah, which is absolutely fantastic, you know. On the Grand Prix circuit, James, can you see much difference with the surface and bits and pieces from when you raced on it compared to now?
Oh, absolutely.
The improvements, yeah.
The work's been done around here, obviously. There's been more stuff moved and cleared
Trees and hedges.
than every other circuit the whole company put together.
Yeah,
The meterage, when I raced at Deer's Leap, and even at ditches way back in them days.
Yeah.
The work's been done here. Nearly, you could argue maybe too much.
Yeah.
But,
You know,
but there's a lot of work done yet.
it's all the work, guys, that goes in the background to put these races together that people don't see. They turn up in the day and they think, oh, the Weller's wick, this is hopeless, you know. But, you know, it's hard for the organisers. They're working from one year to the next, trying to do a bit of fundraising, trying to get everything put together, all the forms that have to go in, and trying to get everything all organised for the race day. And you just hope in the race day that you do get good weather. And unfortunately over here it's always hit or miss. You know, we've had some cracker days around the Ulster Grand Prix. We've had some miserable days with the weather. But on the racing side of things, you know, round here, this was Joey's baby round here, guys. You know, 24 times in the Ulster Grand Prix that he won round here. And remember going back, Joey, when he crossed the Brands Hatch, and he came out on the circuit, and at that time people were sort of writing him off and thinking, you know, hey, maybe Joey, you sort of packed it in. He came out in the RC30, a white bike with no sponsors or nothing on it, and he won the race that day, so he did, you know. And that was one of the occasions where Joey actually put his arm in the air, which he never did. You know, a lot of other guys would have been all over the moon, but as you know, he was a very calm sort of a character, and that day he did. I think that really meant a lot to him. He sort of thought, you know, I'm back in there again, you know. Yeah. James, on the racing round here with all the other competitors as well, you know, there's been some absolutely fantastic racing, you know, through the 90s and stuff, and the late 80s, you know. Sometimes you think to yourself, that era these guys were in will never be the same again. You know, we've lost so many competitors. One's has retired, one's has got hurt. But at that time, especially in the two-stroke guys, back then in the 125s and the 250, I remember sitting at Kirkuson one day, and me and you were just talking. We're actually having a fry, I tell you. We were sitting with Noah Robinson, so we were. And we were just sitting talking, you know, and saying about, you know, the first 4 row of grid, guys, any man in them rows could have won the race. That's how competitive it was in them days. You know, the 250 class was just it, pure outright racing bikes, and the wee 125s. Brilliant, you know. Obviously, you know, you had Alan Patterson, who was another great competitor, and you had Robert, and you had all them guys, and McNally and Dines, and you know, Dennis McCulloch.
I remember them first early days of road races when I went. Every race, but some days you have Robert, Joey, McCallum, Johnny Ray, Alan Irvin, Stephen Cole, Dave Leach.
Stanley Ray.
You know,
there's just
and
so
you used
many.
to think, how are you ever going to be able to win a race?
Yeah. Yeah. When you see what you're lined up against, you know you've a lot to beat, and if you came anywhere in that race, you were hard pushed, weren't you? Like, you know, the run.
That was the early days.
Yeah.
Time and on.
Yeah.
Different things happened. Different people went different ways.
Yeah.
Injuries.
On the days of the two-strokes, which obviously was a terrible lot of money to ride the two-stroke, because you'd have been working on the two-strokes all week, trying to put everything together to get it out in race day, and you took it out in practice, and bang, something went. You know, that was just two-strokes, really, wasn't it? You know,
temperamental, but everybody's trying to get the best out of them too. So you're trying to,
get that last wee bit out of it.
As possible to
get the
speed out of them.
As I say, James, when things started to move on for yourself, you moved into the four-strokes then, the 600 and the 750. You had a lot of success even on the short circuits. I remember, especially on the 750 and the RC45. You were really going hard in the RC45. I remember you out with Swanee and all around Kirkuson and all, and like you guys, and you had Rodney McCurdy and you had Johnny Ray, and you had so many of these guys, you know, and the racing was just absolutely fantastic to go and watch. The weather was freezing and cold, but hey, we didn't care, you know. We had an absolute ball being at the race and watching these guys and your heroes going round, you know. And the beauty of it too was, you know, unlike a lot of sports, anybody kind of walked into the pits and talked to the guys the way we're talking now. You know, they never came across as superstars, especially with Joey. Joey was the same. Joey was the same with everybody, and he would have time for anybody at all. And you find a lot of the racers were all like that as well. So they were, you know, very, very good. You know, James, on the TT. What is your best memories of the TT?
Oh, different memories now. But it's good. It wasn't anyone who was done well. It's good. Things isn't going so good. Obviously, you have a good time and bad times. A few good runs now, obviously. Second to Joey in 95, 250 TT. My highlight. A couple of superbike podiums and things as well. And that was a good few runs. TT. I had different injuries over the years. But I did get the TT. I was stopped so early really too.
Because of the injuries. You know, when your time came up to stop the race, obviously because of the injuries, it's obviously very hard to get your head into that mode. That's me. I'm finished. You know, what am I going to do? This adrenaline boost that you've always got, and you know, if you talk to any of the racers, they'll tell you the same. They think to themselves, what am I going to do to fulfill this? Because, you know, it's the sort of thing, guys, as you all well know with riding your own bikes, it's fantastic. The buzz that you get riding your bike, and the buzz that you guys must have got riding around these circuits with all these top racers, Steve Hislop and Carl Fogarty and all, it must have been absolutely unbelievable, the memories, you know.
No, good memories.
You know. So, guys, is there anybody else would like to ask James a few questions?
Is it back next year to race?
I hope so.
Yeah.
We're working on it. Would you believe? Still daily.
Yeah.
So I'll have a call or two tonight earlier on there. So we're working on it. Let's say I'm still hopeful, but can't see how some way it can't get sorted out. You know.
Do you want to ask him a question, sir?
Sorry, one ahead.
So what was your first bike?
My first bike was a Malagoody 50. A what? That's you, and I crashed on it and broken collarbone as well.
James, it's a funny thing with the injuries that bike riders would get, how they can get on the bike road injured. I remember, like, Wayne Gardner doesn't reckon he was ever fit riding a bike. He reckoned he was always injured to some degree. You know, it's a funny thing, but when you're on the bike, you sort of forget about pain.
Yeah, well, adjust as best you can and modify whatever you need to modify to make it work.
Yeah. Anybody else, any more questions? Bradley, go ahead.
I wonder if you had more engine seizures.
Bradley. Yes. Bradley passed his test. Bradley was doing his test and bought himself a Lorenzo Rat Aprilia. And it was like a hand grenade. This thing done nothing but blow, James. And Joe McAllister built it for him twice. He said, Bradley, just sell that thing. You know, it was that temperamental.
I think it was rebuilt 4 times.
Yeah. But you know what gives you an idea of what the racers were up against with the 125s, the 2-strokes, you know, and the 250s, trying to prepare the bikes for the race day. You know, it's a lot of work. These guys must have been working day and night to get the bikes up all hours. And if you've seen the old videos of Joey, where Joey would have been working up through in the middle of the night, you know, and didn't get any sleeping out in the race and then doing the business, you know, fantastic, you know. But as I say, guys, on Joey himself, you know, like when every place that you go in the world and you mention Joey Dunlop, you know, everybody knows Joey Dunlop, and you know it really is sad. Like when we lost Joey, you know, I think the whole world really lost Joey, you know, because he was just that sort of effect that he had on everybody throughout the biker scene. If Joey turned up the Akadui was packed, and it could have been a Mickey Mouse run, you know. And that was the likes of Joey. I'll tell you a wee story myself. I done a bit of the short circuits myself, and I was out on a 250, and Joey was out on the 500, the Grand Prix bike that he had got. And out he went that day anyway. It was brilliant to be out there because it was out in practice, and it was an open practice, and it was brilliant just being out in the same track with him. But I had a big crash, and there was a motorbike show was taking place in Ballymoney. And when the motorbike show was taking place, we went into the show and it was all strapped up and stuff. And he was standing with Barry Simmons and a couple of other guys. One of them was like a Japanese sort of a fella. And he walked towards me and he said to me, I seen you crash. You know, and that was the likes of him. And I sort of thought to myself, you know, I'm a nobody. But yet again, you know, you had time to come to me because she says, I seen you crash. And he says, you know what? You'll be up in the ladder again. He says, you'll forget the pain very quickly.
No, you won't, because
my wife turned around and says, hello, my wife turned
then
around.
you started eating fries.
Well, you know, that's what happened. And, but I'm going to tell you something. James struggled. Because I remember one year standing with Dennis Dundee and he says, where do you see this? He could hardly get into the ladders. They were like screaming tight. During the off season, you must have been eating like a machine around Christmas and all, you know.
That was times when you were injured. You know.
And then you go to put them ladders on, and you're thinking to yourself, oh dear, you know. But you always manage to get the pounds off again, you know. Yeah. But no, definitely was a great hour, James. Really appreciate you coming here tonight to do this, James. And as I say, guys, thanks very much for everybody that showed up. And obviously on the way home, don't be going crackers, because we're on the Ulster Grand Prix, it draws you in.
Never, we wouldn't do that.
Not at all,
No.
you know. So, big round of applause, guys, for James Courtney. So, guys, on the Ulster Grand Prix, James, you want to do a wee spiel on it for next season? What your plan is, what you're trying to aim for?
As I say, the meetings and the telephone calls and the emails, I say, daily they're still going on. We're still, myself and Robert Graham, still working away at our chairman and our club as well.
Yeah.
And we're just still pushing on. Things were going actually looking quite good before the lockdown.
Yeah.
Well, we've got well moved on in government. And we're having meetings and different bits and pieces, and then the lockdown come. It's actually in the papers and that.
Right.
So it was just on the news, and then the next thing the lockdown come, and that was the end of it again. Yeah. But now we're getting up and running again, and again we're still there.
Yeah.
We haven't gone away, you know.
It's still there. So, as I say, guys, any support that you can get for the Ulster Grand Prix, it's absolutely fantastic racing, and the English boys love it. Hickman and them boys, they absolutely adore it, you know, because this is the place to be, the Ulster, isn't it, you know? So, if it's not raining, that's the thing, you know. So, guys, big thank you to James Courtney, and big thank you to everybody that showed up. And if there's anybody who wants to get a photograph of James, they're more than welcome. You hardly say no.
Only 5 man each.
£25 each. Go see Ulster Grand Prix. Alright guys, thank you very much. Well, we'll finish here. We're going to go to the airport road for a cup of tea and coffee at the petrol station, and everybody's more than welcome to come and talk a bit of nonsense and do what we can do.
Stephen's back.